comprehensive consultative process was that ADTS vision remains the most compelling and robust long-term development pathway for Anambra. Consequently, our manifesto, a People's Manifesto for a Greater Soludo Solution, a People's Manifesto for a Greater Anambra, drew heavily from both the ADTS vision and the strategic direction outlined in the Anambra Vision 2070 document. Fortuitously, the first administration to assume office after the launch of Anambra Vision 2070 in February 2022 is the government we now lead. In this unique circumstance, the visionary becomes the foundational executor. This administration, therefore, carries a historic responsibility to lay the enduring foundations for the next Anambra, setting the state firmly on the path towards realizing its manifest destiny as an African Dubai, Taiwan, Silicon Valley by 2070. By 2070, it is estimated that about 38 to 40 million people, up from the current 9 million, will be resident in Anambra, and probably over 50 million by the end of this century. These people will need transport infrastructure, power, jobs, housing, sewage, and waste management, schools and hospitals, care for the vulnerable and the elderly, and so on. So far, over the last 4 years, every step, every project, every program, law or policy has been intentional with one question in mind. How does it align with the long-term vision? Where will it leave Anambra not only in the immediate and medium term, but more fundamentally over the next 50 to 100 years? Intergenerational sustainability and alignment to the destination drive our thinking and actions. This is a new chapter on how we do business in Anambra. We're driven by long-term vision, and that is where we're headed to. Yes, in the Anambra, our aspirational alternative future is possible, but must begin with disruptive but sure-footed steps founded on existing realities. When the administration assumed office in March 2022, the initial conditions were daunting. It was impossible to begin dreaming of the skyscrapers when 8 local governments were under the grip of criminals and kidnappers. Cities lacked pipe-borne water and reliable electricity infrastructure, especially roads, was in a state of severe decay. Public hospitals were largely non-functional, and many public schools operated without sufficient teachers. The environment was in crisis, the transport system chaotic, and the fiscal planning almost non-existent. Compounding and all of this almost non-existent, resulting in sprawling urban slums. Compounding these structural challenges was an emerging value system that increasingly disparaged hard work while celebrating obscene wealth without work. Government itself had no proper abode from where to think and act. Given the urgency of the moment, the new administration understood that this vision was an agenda with a deadline. The world view was one that did not see any boundaries, physical or religious, and our mantra has been one state, one people, one agenda. As a government rooted in progressivism, it is intentional about leaving no one behind. A governance principle based on equity, fairness, inclusiveness, and compassion. This is the APGA's ideology of Onyaga and Manea. Despite a razor focus on quantum disruptive changes to ensure intergenerational sustainability, building to last, extreme prudence and value for money, that is doing more with less, define the administration's attitude to public resources. Our goal has been the reinvention of a developmental state where each resident has a significant stake in the prosperity and sustainability of the state. The first 4 years have been devoted to addressing the